So what's at stake in this presidential election after all?
Joining us now to talk about that is Artemis Ward. He's a legal scholar and a political science professor at Northern Illinois University. Welcome. Let's get right into this. Let's pick up where we left off with some people favoring the elimination of the Electoral College. But strict constitutionalists will say, while it may not be popular, Professor, that's what it's designed to do, so that smaller states are not out of the process. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, certainly, this was a system that was set up to, keep the people from electing the president. And, it's up to each individual state to decide how they appoint their electors. It's only in sort of modern recent history in America that the states have decided to let the popular vote in each state dictate who the electors are. But a state could decide to have the state legislature appoint the electors or the governor appoint the electors. So the Constitution does give a lot of authority to states with regard to this. And as you know, that was part of the original compromise of the founding period.
Mm-hmm. Professor, let's talk about today's political climate for sure. Give us a history lesson, because you really maintain we have seen this before, as painful as it all seems to so many right now, the divisive nature of things.
Yeah, America goes through these cycles every 40 years, sometimes a little bit longer, where political regimes are in power and they rise and fall. And we're at the end of one of those periods. The Reagan era began in 1980, and America has been governed by conservatives for 40 years, conservative Republicans and conservative Democrats. And that seems to be changing. That happens with demographic change. It happens because the political regime just doesn't live up to its commitments. This is, so we can go back and look at certainly 1980, but we can go back even further and look at 1932 or even 1860, and we can see division in America and divisiveness. And so it's not that new.
So, some people believe, Professor, that we're on the precipice of some radical changes going on here, even so far as some to say that we're on the verge of civil war. Do you believe that? Is there verifiable proof or intel, or is that just academic postulation?
Well, certainly in 1860, before the Civil War breaks out, we see violence, right? Americans against Americans leading up to that. And we all know about Bleeding Kansas. We've seen that now. We see Americans attacking each other in the streets. That's going to continue. Now, whether that escalates into some larger conflagration remains to be seen. But this is all a result of the partisan politics that we have at the time. Right now, and the partisan media, and people are in individual silos and narrow casting for their information. And so there's a lot of mistrust on both sides.
Let's talk about that just a little bit, too, about the communication of today. That is a major factor, perhaps, in what we're seeing play out now, and we will see play out after November 3rd. Narrowcasting, define that for us, and talk about social media, if you would, the influence there.
Well, if you think about it, back in the old days, there were 3 networks, and everybody watched the network news every night, and everybody read the same newspaper stories across the country. And so there was a kind of common view of the way things were, what the truth was and what the facts were. But with the rise of the internet and the rise of cable news and the rise of social media, people are able to tailor the information they get that coheres to the views that they want to hear. And so people are not hearing the other side in any kind of reasonable fashion. They're just hearing demonizing of the other side. And this is very dangerous for our society. Now, those of us that are readers and are educated, we know better, right? We still read the same sources and follow the same information that Americans always have. But there are many people out there that are not doing that. And those are the people that are susceptible to propaganda and perhaps susceptible to violence.
Professor Artemis Ward, thank you so much from Northern Illinois University. We really do appreciate your 2 cents on this. It is a story that definitely will continue in the months to come. Thanks for your time.
Great to be with you.